How's everybody today? Pete here at Spawn Fly Fish. The stillwater fishing is heating up, and there's a big reason. Damselflies are hatching. So grab your vise, grab your tools. It is time to tie a damsel. Kick this damsel nymph off in the vise. We do have the Ahrex FW555 in a size 10. For the bead, I've got the Spawn slotted tungsten football bead, size 5.5 millimeter, and this is the KG olive. And then behind that, I've got 6 wraps of 0.020 lead-free wire, just to hold that bead into place. And I'm going to get some 6/0 thread going here. 140, of course, would be just as good. Whatever thread really makes you happy, that's the one. And I'm just going to get these wire wraps really solidified. Don't want any spinning or moving on that bead, and that should do it. This is going to be a pretty quick and painless sort of fly, and there's a reason. In the world of damsel flies, here, let's get this tail ready. So for the tail and for the wings / legs today, I've got some teal flank feathers. So these are the Spawn Super Select green winged teal feathers, and this is dyed damsel olive. And this is why we're going to get it, so you see how nicely that matches that olive bead and all that. But what about the blue damsels? How many are olive? How many are blue? Doesn't matter. As we get into this, you're going to see my reasoning for tying this. But I've always had success on both, and I used to tie both. But in the world of these damselflies, it is a short-lived hatch, right? It's not an all-year thing. And sure, you might pick up a fish or two even when there's no hatch and you're fishing these things, and that's great. But as far as fishing during the actual migration or movement of these bugs to get out of the water and onto land so that they can hatch, I found that a combination, blue and olive, smacks them all. So we're going to remove some of the excess flies we need, concentrate on what we do need, namely hit both colors, why not, and then keep it simple. So I've just peeled off some of those fibers off one side of a feather. I'm just going to measure one body length, transfer to my left hand, and then tie down. And I use where the thread ends there on our little mark that we put in right there. And that's it. Nothing crazy. I don't need it to splay a whole lot or anything. It just needs to be there. It's got that barring. Perfect. Nothing crazy. And keep in mind when you do tie damsels, if you tie damsels, that they are very thin. There is not a lot going on as far as a body profile on these guys. They're pretty tiny. So you don't need a beefy bug by any means. Thin tail like so, great. Keep that in mind as you tie these. And again, I used to tie them in a bunch of different colors, and 100%, if you notice you have a certain color range where you are, you know, a lot of people fish their little ponds and things, and by all means, at that point, you've got an understanding of the color of these bugs in your system. However, if you don't know, I'll just tell you, the lakes are hot right now. Stillwater fishing is amazing. We've still got a couple weeks before the rivers open up. Absolutely, if I know these are in the water, I'm going to tie them. Not a lot, but just enough to get me through. All right, I'm going to tie in some vinyl rib. And this is the nymph size vinyl rib in olive. And really make sure that's tied in well. What I've got is I've tied it against the shank on the curved side. So there's a flat side to V-rib and then a not flat side. I want the not flat side tied against the shank. So as I wrap this, the flat side then does go against the shank on the wraps, and it leaves the V side facing out. Much more natural look. And then I'm going to get into ever so slightly a bit of shenanigans up here in the front. I've got some saltwater Flashabou in blue. So you see what we're going to do here? We're getting down and dirty. We are simply adding both colors, providing the trigger for either color that's in the water. And again, it's such a short-lived hatch, and fish key in on them pretty quickly. So it's one of those you can get by with maybe not the most exact. As long as it's thin and it's got some sort of connection, right? Be it the green or the blue, 100% fish will eat this all day. All right, so at this point, I'm going to take my Flashabou, my saltwater Flashabou, and you saw I put just a tiny smear of some super glue gel, and here we go. We're going to wrap this all the way back, and at this point, we're simply switching directions, and now I'm going to take some overlapping wraps all the way back up. So you see this is pretty dark, but it's very bright, and with that holographic effect, there's no way any ambient light hits this that it won't react. Meaning, as this travels through the water, any sort of penetration of sunlight or anything else is going to get them to react. Just going to leave this hang out for a second if it'll stay over that hook eye. Maybe it won't. I think we can make it work. I'll just tease it like that. All right. Now for this rib, you'll see this come to life a little bit. This is going to be a quick interactive sort of reaction of, oh, that looks like a bug. And that's kind of what we want with these small, not everyday flies. Meaning, again, there's not a lot of late season damsel or dragonfly action. Maybe where you live, it's a little later, July, whatever it might be. That's fine. That's understandable. But for the most part, springtime is when these guys are migrating. They're always looking for some structure inside of a still water. So if there's an island on that lake or whatever, that's where they're headed, just so you know. All right, at this point, I've changed my mind. I am cutting that flash out. So now all we need is to get a little thorax in here and some sort of wing mimicry, and I think we can get that done. So let me go ahead and make one final wrap. I'm going to turn this bad boy down so that our hook point is up, and this is how it will travel in the water, of course. So now I've got some thin skin, and this is fly specks, black specks on a clear back, and any thin skin, scud back, whatever you've got, 100%, it'll be great. Don't get too crazy. Again, this is just a fun bug. This is, if you fish a bunch, you're going to encounter the damsels and all that. Just have a few ready for when it happens. You don't need to sit and tie 6 dozen of these. I'll be honest, you don't. However, when it happens, you want to have something there. All right, so now we're going to keep in mind, I told you we'd connect that with those same feathers again, right? But we do need one more element in here for that thorax. And so for that, I do have some spawn dub, and this is blueberry damsel. So now, this is the beauty of this dubbing. It has both the qualities of that green olive and some blue flash to grab onto that blue mentality in the body. Win-win. There's a reason this dub exists. It wasn't a fluke. So again, I used to tie a whole selection in blue, a whole selection in green, and then try to match what a good night. There's no need for that. Just get in there, give them both one bug. It's pretty simple. We make things very difficult, and it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But at some point, it's just about, hey, I only have a limited amount of time. I need to go out there and catch fish. This is how you do it. So just going to get back here. Get up to the front. I'm going to fill this in pretty well. Nothing crazy though. We just want to keep in mind that again, small profile. So at this point, I'm going to bring some of that down, get rid of it, a little too much, and like so. There we go. So you see this still pretty small profile, nothing crazy, but I do want to get back into this teal. So a lot of times, yes, you could split this against the quill and just tie it in with a V cut. However, let's go ahead and just keep it as simple as possible. I'm just going to peel down a bunch of fibers here, and I'm going to split those into 2 little sections. So now here's my first section. I'm going to tie these in on my side so that they reach to the end of the body. And I'm going to pull them down ever so slightly so that they're on the sides. And that's it. There's my side. I'll do the same on your side now. Measure, make sure it reaches the back of that body, pin it, grab it with your thread, nothing to it, and check your sides. Make sure it's where you want it to be. And once it is, a couple more wraps just for insurance. And that's it. Go ahead and trim these fibers out, get rid of those butt ends. A nice clean cut will do, like so. And same on my side. Yahtzee. Any little cute little trim work. You can do it now, you can do it after. Be as picky as you want. All right. Now here's that thin skin. We're going to simply pull that back over our little thorax and get it tied down. By all means, you could add some flash on there, but you don't need to. You just don't need to. That's it. Get that in front. Clip out this thin skin. Oh, baby. This thing is ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead. A couple more finishing little touches there, and we are ready for a whip finish. So that is pretty darn painless, in my opinion, and yet super buggy. You could tie this even smaller and do another, you know, to me this is sort of a double duty fly, even though it's just for a damsel. By all means, it would work for the smaller dragonflies that hatch. But if you tied it really small, it would also work as a mayfly in moving water. So keep that in mind too. Don't limit yourself. Change the colors. Have fun with it. It's a great searching nymph. Right? So this is one of those, you tie it in the right color combo. Don't be surprised if you find yourself having a new favorite fly. Worst things to have happen. Now we're just going to cover all these thread wraps with a nice coat of some Loon hardhead. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time to go fishing. So there you have it. This is a very quick, painless, however, very necessary damsel fly that I think you should have in your fly box, especially this time of year. This is when they're showing themselves. I'm probably going to leave here, and within the next 30-40 minutes, I might be on the lake myself tossing this bad boy to some hungry rainbow trout. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, by all means, please hit like, please hit subscribe. We will see you all on the water.